Welcome back, everyone, to the Haunted Legion, and today we're diving into Virginia's most haunted places. This state is old, by American standards, and its history is packed with tragedy, war, and the unexplained. We'll visit a Civil War hospital, a notorious sanatorium, and a castle older than the country itself. These aren't just ghost stories. These are places where people have seen apparitions, heard voices, and felt chills that can't be explained. So grab your blanket or your EMF meter. Let's see if Virginia's ghosts are more than just legends. Let's get started. As we delve deeper into the heart of Virginia's haunted history, our journey takes us to places where the veil between worlds seems thin, where echoes of the past resonate with chilling clarity. Our first stop, a location steeped in sorrow and shadowed by countless untold stories, is Gordonsville's Exchange Hotel. More specifically, the Exchange Hotel Civil War Medical Museum. This imposing structure, with its rich history etched into every brick, was once a bustling railroad hotel, a hub of activity and connection. But its fate took a dramatic turn when it became a hospital during the Civil War, a place of last resort for countless wounded soldiers. Imagine the sheer scale of suffering within these walls, as it became a sanctuary and treated over 70,000 soldiers, each bearing the physical and emotional scars of war. The suffering here was unimaginable, a relentless tide of pain, fear, and uncertainty washing over everyone who entered. Disease, rampant and unforgiving, spread quickly through the crowded wards. Amputations, often performed without proper anesthesia, were a grim necessity. And death, a constant companion, was one of the daily realities that permeated every corner of the Exchange Hotel. Given the immense trauma and loss experienced within these walls, many believe some of those souls, tethered to their suffering, never truly left this world. Since becoming a museum dedicated to preserving this somber history, staff and visitors alike have reported chilling phenomena, experiences that defy easy explanation. People hear faint groans and desperate cries emanating from empty rooms, whispers carried on the wind that seem to brush against their ears, and disembodied voices seemingly without source call their names when no one else is around, a chilling reminder that they are not alone. Apparitions are common fleeting glimpses of figures from another time. One of the most frequently cited is a woman in period dress, thought to be a nurse who tirelessly tended to the wounded, is seen gliding silently through hallways, her presence a comforting yet unsettling reminder of the past. Her appearance is often accompanied by the delicate, lingering scent of lavender, a fragrance perhaps used to mask the odors of sickness and death. Adding to the hotel's spectral tapestry, a young boy's spirit is often spotted near the tracks, a poignant reminder of lost innocence. He's also seen peeking from doorways, a fleeting glimpse of a child forever trapped within the hotel's walls. Sometimes visitors feel a small, unseen hand tug gently at their clothes, a playful yet unsettling interaction with the other side. Or they hear faint, childlike laughter echoing through the empty corridors, a sound that both warms and chills the heart. Then there's the infamous screaming room, a place of unimaginable suffering. This was where amputations took place, where the air was thick with the cries of the wounded and the smell of blood. Unsurprisingly, it is a hotspot for paranormal activity, a focal point for the hotel's most intense and disturbing phenomena. Many people record disembodied screams, chilling echoes of the pain that once filled this room. Visitors often report feeling an overwhelming sense of dread, a suffocating weight of despair that settles upon them as they enter. While the experiences vary, most spirits seem to be echoes of the past, trapped in a loop of their final moments. They are not malicious, driven by anger or vengeance. Instead, they seem to be trapped, reliving their pain and longing, forever bound to the place where their lives intersected with tragedy. A soldier is often seen pacing upstairs, his spectral form forever restless. He is endlessly waiting for news from the front, a letter that will never arrive, a hope that will never be fulfilled. Staff frequently find objects moved from their displays, doors mysteriously opened in the dead of night, and medical instruments rearranged overnight, as if unseen hands are still at work. Adding to the mystery, one tour group even witnessed a man in a Civil War uniform casually walk straight through a solid wall, defying the laws of physics and logic. The sheer volume of reports is staggering, a testament to the persistent paranormal activity within the Exchange Hotel. Even the most hardened skeptics often leave with stories they simply can't explain, their rational worldviews shaken by the inexplicable. Electronic voice phenomena, or EVPs, are frequently captured during paranormal investigations, faint whispers that seem to come from nowhere, desperate cries for help that echo the suffering of the past, and even direct responses to questions posed by investigators, offering a glimpse into the thoughts and emotions of those who once walked these halls. The attic, a space shrouded in shadows and mystery, once a makeshift morgue where the bodies of the deceased were temporarily stored, is another significant center of paranormal activity, a place where the energy feels particularly intense and unsettling. Visitors frequently report the sensation of being touched by unseen hands, pushed with surprising force, and hearing distinct footsteps directly above them, even when no one else is present. The building's atmosphere is undeniably heavy, a palpable sense of sorrow and loss that permeates every room. It's soaked in the desperation of those who sought refuge within its walls, a lingering echo of their suffering. Even hardened skeptics, those who pride themselves on their rational minds, admit to feeling profoundly uneasy here, a sense of being watched or a prickling on the back of their necks. Rational explanations, carefully constructed to explain away the strange occurrences, begin to fall apart when you witness something as inexplicable as a ghost walking through a solid wall, defying the very laws of nature. So, we are left to ponder. Is the Exchange Hotel just a museum, a repository of historical artifacts and stories? Or is it something more? A place where the past refuses to rest, where the echoes of suffering and loss continue to resonate through time. Based on the overwhelming evidence, the countless reports, and the personal experiences of those who have dared to enter, it's clear that it's more than just history. It's a place where something extraordinary is happening. It's a place where the dead still linger, their presence felt in the whispers, the shadows, and the chilling atmosphere that permeates every corner. Would you be brave enough to visit the Exchange Hotel? To walk in the footsteps of history and perhaps encounter something beyond our understanding? If you do, maybe bring a friend, and perhaps just for good measure, a nightlight. You never know what shadows you might encounter in the Hotel of Lingering Souls. Next on our journey into the spectral realm, we head to Radford, Virginia, and the imposing St. Albans Sanatorium. Perched ominously on a hill, its silhouette against the sky is enough to send shivers down your spine. This isn't just any abandoned building, it's one of the most notorious haunted sites on the East Coast. Its reputation precedes it, whispered in hushed tones among paranormal investigators and thrill-seekers alike. But its history stretches back further than its days as a hospital. Before it housed the mentally ill, it was a Lutheran boys' school, a place already tainted by darkness, infamous for severe bullying and, tragically, multiple suicides among its young students. The seeds of despair were sown long before the first patient arrived. In 1916, the building underwent a transformation, becoming a psychiatric hospital, a place meant to heal, but which would ultimately become a crucible of suffering. And within those walls, the treatments were brutal, a stark reflection of the era's limited understanding of mental illness. Patients were subjected to ice baths, a practice intended to shock the system, but often traumatizing and ineffective. Electroshock therapy, administered without proper anesthesia or understanding of its long-term effects, became a common, fear-inducing procedure. And then there were the lobotomies, a drastic and irreversible procedure that severed connections in the brain, often leaving patients in a vegetative state. These were desperate measures, born of desperation and a lack of viable alternatives. Overcrowding, understaffing, and a general sense of neglect led to decades of unimaginable suffering and countless deaths within those walls. The air itself seemed to grow heavy with despair. When St. Albans finally closed its doors in the 1990s, it left behind more than just empty halls and decaying equipment. It left behind a residue of pain, a palpable sense of unease that clings to the very structure. Today, paranormal activity here is not only frequent, but often described as intense and even aggressive. It's a place where the veil between worlds seems thin, where the echoes of the past reverberate with unsettling force. Many visitors report being scratched by unseen forces, a chilling reminder of the suffering that permeated these walls. Others claim to have been shoved, feeling a sudden, inexplicable force pushing them, as if the spirits themselves are trying to drive them away. And still others report hearing angry, disembodied voices, often telling them in no uncertain terms to get out. The area known as the bowling alley in the basement is particularly notorious, a place where shadows dance and the air grows heavy with dread. It's said to be haunted by shadowy figures and Most disturbingly, a crawling, insect-like dark mass that terrifies all who are unfortunate enough to witness it. Then there's the suicide bathroom, a small, unassuming space that overwhelms visitors with crushing waves of depression and despair. Some visitors are so overcome by the oppressive atmosphere that they leave in tears, unable to bear the weight of the room's sorrow. While others, armed with recording equipment, capture EVPs, electronic voice phenomena of a woman crying, her sobs echoing through the digital realm. In the women's ward, the spirits of children are frequently seen, their ethereal forms flitting through the empty rooms. One spirit in particular, a girl named Allie, is often seen playing with toys that have been thoughtfully left for her by sympathetic visitors. The hydrotherapy room, with its rows of coffin-like tubs, stands as a chilling reminder of the harsh treatments endured by patients. It's said to be haunted by apparitions of nurses, forever bound to their duties, and the unsettling sounds of splashing water, even when the tubs are bone dry. The electroshock room is another hotspot for paranormal activity, known for inexplicably draining batteries and disrupting electronic equipment. It's as if the raw, chaotic energy of past treatments still lingers in the air, interfering with the flow of electricity. But it's not just residual energy. Distinct entities are said to roam the halls and rooms, each with its own chilling presence. There are tales of red eyes lurking in the darkest corners of the basement, watching visitors with malevolent intent. The Shadow Man, a tall, dark figure, is often glimpsed in the halls, a fleeting silhouette that vanishes as quickly as it appears. And some claim to see the apparitions of former doctors and nurses, forever trapped within the walls of St. Albans, still making their rounds as if tending to their patients. Paranormal investigators have reported having full, coherent conversations with these spirits, using spirit boxes, devices that scan radio frequencies to allow spirits to communicate. The responses they receive are often clear, direct, and sometimes chillingly accurate, offering insights into the lives and deaths of those who once resided within these walls. The building itself seems to feed on fear, drawing energy from the anxieties and apprehensions of those who dare to enter. The more frightened you are, the more intense the paranormal activity becomes, as if your fear is an invitation for the spirits to manifest. But the haunting isn't confined to the interior of the building. Even the grounds surrounding St. Albans are said to be haunted. Visitors have reported seeing strange, unexplained lights flickering between the trees in the woods surrounding the sanatorium. Others have heard disembodied screams carried on the wind, chilling cries that seem to echo the suffering of the past. And almost everyone who visits St. Albans reports a pervasive sense of unease, a feeling that they are being watched, a feeling that never quite lifts, even long after they have left the grounds. St. Albans Sanatorium is definitely not a destination for the faint of heart. It's a place that will test your courage and challenge your beliefs. It's a place where decades of suffering have left a permanent mark on the very fabric of the building, a stain that cannot be erased. It's a place where the past is not just history. It's a living, breathing presence that is impossible to escape, a constant reminder of the pain and despair that once filled these halls. Experienced paranormal teams who have investigated St. Albans repeatedly warn visitors, if you choose to visit St. Albans, be prepared for more than just a scare. Be prepared to confront the darkness, to face the unknown, and to perhaps encounter something that will change your understanding of reality forever. Our final stop on this ghostly journey takes us to Bacon's Castle in Surry County, Virginia, a place steeped in history, mystery, and more than a few spine-chilling tales. Prepare yourself as we delve into the secrets of this ancient estate. The oldest brick house in North America, a testament to colonial craftsmanship and enduring legacy. The very bricks seem to whisper stories of centuries past, built in 1665. Imagine the events these walls have witnessed, the lives lived and lost within their embrace. Its history is filled with conflict, tragedy, and centuries of ghost stories. It's a place where the veil between worlds seems thin, where echoes of the past resonate in the present. The Lady in White, a sorrowful apparition, is often seen gliding through the gardens. Her ethereal form drifts among the flowers, a poignant reminder of a love lost or a life cut short. Some say she searches for her beloved, forever bound to the grounds of Bacon's Castle. The attic is infamous for guttural moans and screams, sounds that pierce the silence of the night and send shivers down the spines of even the most seasoned ghost hunters. And a floating red ball of light that zips through the darkness. Its origin remains a mystery, a spectral phenomenon defying explanation. One caretaker, brave or foolish enough to venture into the attic alone, saw a severed head roll across the attic floor. He quit on the spot. No amount of money could convince him to return to that haunted space. The main house is alive with activity. Footsteps on empty stairs, echoing through the silent halls. A ghostly presence ascending or descending into the unknown. Doors opening and closing, seemingly of their own accord, as if unseen hands are at play. And the scent of pipe tobacco in unused rooms. A lingering aroma. A phantom smoker enjoying a spectral puff. The spirit of a murdered slave is said to haunt the house. A tragic figure forever bound to the site of his suffering. With cold spots and unseen hands grabbing visitors. A chilling reminder of the injustices of the past. In the 1800s, a young girl died after her hair caught fire. A horrific accident that left an indelible mark on the house. Her room is haunted by the smell of burning hair, a sickening odor that permeates the air, a constant reminder of her tragic fate, and the sound of crying. A mournful lament that echoes through the years, a testament to a life tragically cut short. The grounds are just as active, with their own share of spectral residents and unexplained phenomena, with apparitions of soldiers from Bacon's rebellion still seen patrolling. Their ghostly figures march across the fields, forever reliving the conflicts of the past. What makes Bacon's Castle unique is the longevity of its hauntings, a continuous stream of paranormal activity spanning centuries. Stories have been passed down for centuries, whispered from generation to generation, adding to the castle's rich and eerie lore. And new reports keep coming. Even today, visitors and investigators alike continue to experience unexplained events. Paranormal investigations have captured colonial-era voices, faint whispers from the past, offering tantalizing glimpses into the lives of those who once called Bacon's Castle home, and cold spots moving through rooms. These sudden drops in temperature are often associated with paranormal activity, a sign that a spirit is nearby. The atmosphere is heavy, thick with the weight of history and the presence of unseen entities, not hostile but undeniably present, a palpable sense of something beyond our understanding. But you always feel like you're being watched, an unsettling sensation that lingers long after you've left the grounds. Preservation. Virginia embraces the castle's haunted legacy, recognizing it as an integral part of the property's unique identity, offering ghost tours for those brave enough to visit, a chance to experience the paranormal firsthand, to walk in the footsteps of history and perhaps encounter a ghost or two. Is it just an old house with creaks and groans, the natural sounds of an aging structure, or a place where history's ghosts still walk? A portal to the past where the spirits of those who lived and died here continue to roam. The evidence and the stories suggest the latter. Bacon's Castle stands as a chilling reminder that some stories never truly end and that the past may be closer than we think. So there you have it. 3 of Virginia's most haunted places, each with its own chilling legacy. From the sorrowful Exchange Hotel to the aggressive spirits of St. Albans and the ancient ghosts of Bacon's Castle, Virginia's past is never truly gone. Are these just stories, or is there something real haunting the Old Dominion? Have you visited any of these places or had your own ghostly encounters? Share your stories in the comments. If you enjoyed this haunted tour, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more mysteries. Thanks for watching. Stay curious and maybe keep a light on tonight. Until next time, this is the Haunted Legion signing off. Good night.